Coaches, welcome back to the 92 Mesh Group Chalk Talk. I'm Coach Coltharp from North Carolina. And today we're going to do our Twitter poll. If you follow me at Coach Coltharp on Twitter, I put a poll up yesterday. What is your favorite air raid pass? And I thought we would do a chalk talk on it today. And the winner, well, actually there was 163 votes, and Y-Cross and Mesh actually both had 32%. But everybody's been doing Mesh lately, so I thought I would do Y-Cross. For me, 95 or Y-Cross is a big play action play. This is kind of what we go to when we play action and do different things. And so, you know, I think it's really good, especially if you're into the 20 personnel type stuff that a lot of people are talking about lately. But let's look at it from 2x2 first if we were an ace. Our progression on this is peak, cross, option, curl flat. And you know, we talked about this a little bit in the progression video, but you know, a lot of people will put a post dig on the backside with Z, but for me, I just like the curl flat because it's easier. So you know, we'll start off with the outside release, and we tell him he must outside release on this deal, so it's a more route for us. But we're gonna start with the outside release on that, and then with Y, we're gonna do like everybody talks about. We're gonna go under Sam, over Mike, and work our way to 22 yards. And the coaching point to this, fellas, is this: tell your quarterback that once Mike is stacked, Y is open. So if he gets him stacked, tell him to throw it in the hole because it's gonna be a completion. So as this guy drops, is once we get here, if we get him stacked, put the ball right there, and he's going to be open every time on that deal. Our option route we'll talk about in a second. And on the back, we're just going to work a 12 to 10 curl flat combination, whether you want to run shoot, arrow, whatever you want to do with the back right there, it doesn't really matter. The option route part with H is what's kind of been the nouveau thing in the air raid. And one of the reasons why I like doing these short videos, guys, is because I want you to make this your own. And that's the great thing about air raid. If you're in this concept or you're in this philosophy, you understand the value of reps, but it doesn't mean you can't change things here and there. Now, a lot of people now are running a 10-yard out with that. And you know, that kind of combines 93, 94, and 95. And a lot of people are just doing this and they're taking 93, 94 out of their offense. So some people are running the 10-yard out. I think Pat Taylor does that of Open Grass Reads. I think he does that. Some people will just run the little hitch option, which is not a bad gig. Some people don't want to do it at all, so they just run like a little speed out. Not a bad get. Really what you're trying to do is influence this free safety to make him come to you. Interesting one I saw a couple of springs ago, we were up in Carolina when Gunther Brewer was up there. They actually will take H and run a slant in there. And if you think about it, if you play action in there hard and come off of that, that's going to draw him, that's going to draw him. If he bails to that deal right there, your slant is wide open on that deal. So that's another deal. I've also seen this, H shallow, which, you know, it's going to put him back here so you can do that stuff and do something like. And also, if you look back at our very first video on the channel, we talked about using our slow screen off the backside of Y-Cross 2 as another option. So this is Y-Cross for us. Like I said, peak, cross, option, curl flat. There's a bunch of little different things right there. Just remember, if you haven't joined the channel, subscribe, like the video so we can grow the community. Join the Google Classroom. There's some good resources on there. And just always remember, spin it to win.